Hey, what's going on, guys? Gonna give it a few minutes and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, what's going on, guys? You'll notice a little different for the live stream today. Had a few issues with the other channel, so had to stream this on my own channel, but don't worry, we're still making it happen. So one way or the other, make sure to get this live stream going for you guys. So Claudio says, now we're live. Glitch, good to have you here. Hello from India. Let me get this chat up to the front of the screen for you guys. Stand by. And guys, let me know if you can hear me and how my voice sounds. All right. Let's see. Let me know how my voice sounds, guys, because the previous stream, they said it was sounding a little iffy. Awesome, awesome. So Glitch says, hello, love from India. Awesome, guys, love India. Curlib says, let's get it. Why the chat option got disabled. So it's just the way what they wanted to do as far as for the Gym Hunters chat. So again, all the content's still going to be the same, guys. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Gianluca says, GM. Pino, what's up, JL? Hey, what's going on, Pino? Marco, good to see you. Waleed, CryptoData just DM me, said premium group, price 20 sold. Guys, never, never, never answer DMs from anyone. Please, guys, I will never DM you. I will never DM you. Gym Hunters will never DM you. Luke will never DM you. Let's see. All right. Island Life, hey, no problem. All Crash Core, good to see you. Shelby says, where's Luke? Luke has been posting in the Gym Hunters group, so you should see him there. Ghost Protocol, awesome, loud and clear. Shelby, I am not Luke. No, 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 no. My name is John Luke. We may sound similar, but not the same person. Gianluca, good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, Gianluca. Yeah, I will never DM you first. Definitely. Rushlight, what's going on? Mirza, good to see you. Good to see you guys. Marcos says, sounds perfect. Justine, sounds solid. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Love you guys. Gentle, Ghost, Mirza, Sheesh. Love you guys. Hope you all are doing good. Well, Vince, Aha, Jeremy, Alex, Eswar, Justin, Kelmin, Claudio, Abhishek, Tom, Perzaz, Gus, Claudia, Ashish. So good to see you guys. So good to see you here. Again, had to switch the channel we're doing this on just for this time, and then we will get back to our normally scheduled programming after tomorrow. I'm just on my laptop now, so I had to do a few different changes here. But let's go ahead and start this stream, guys. So this stream is going to be on risk management. Remember, we've been talking about our risk management, basically our risk management course, right? We've been going over this every week, and the big thing for risk management is making sure, one, that you're practicing it, but two, you have a plan in place for everything. So for this stream, we're going to be going over building a personal trading plan. Now, this is very, very important, guys. Building a personal trading plan is so important, because at the end of the day, if you fail to prepare, then you prepare to fail. And so most people in the market, they'll buy based off of emotions, right? They'll buy because they saw someone else call a token, or they see the price going up, so they FOMO. They have no proper trading plan in place. Now, what I will say for this is it may work for a little bit, but over time, you will lose all your money if you don't have a proper trading plan. So please, 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 guys, develop a proper trading plan. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing all your money. So let's go over this and exactly what you can expect when developing a proper trading plan. So the first bullet here, setting realistic goals and expectations. This is important. And I say this because if everyone's like, I want to make $1 million by next month or by the end of the year, guys, that's not realistic, okay? Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Probably not, right? This all depends. This depends on your portfolio size. Like if you have $10,000, is it possible to make $1 million by the end of the year? Yes. It's going to be very hard, but it is possible, okay? But again, guys, it's, you know, is it realistic though? That's where you have the gray line. Especially if you have $1,000, you're going to make $1 million by the end of the year. Highly unlikely. Now, if you have $1,000 and you want to make $10,000 by the end of the year, much more manageable, much more realistic, okay? So again, you got to manage your expectations accordingly. Could you make 100,000 from 1,000? Yes, but it just determines how much work you want to put in. Your input equals your output. So setting realistic goals and expectations is first and foremost, and then you need to break that down. So let's say you have $1,000, okay, and you want to make $50,000 by the end of the year. Well, what does that break down to? Okay, $50,000 by the end of the year. I got 5 months left. 5 months divided by 50,000. I got to make $10,000 a month to stay with my goal. Okay. So are you on track to make $10,000 a month? Well, how are you doing that? Are you just trading? Do you have an e-com course? Do you have any, other strategies that you're looking? Are you drop shipping? Are you doing ads? Do you have an agency, right? Like there's all kinds of ways that you can actually add and create that $10,000 per month goal. But it needs to be realistic and you need to have the proper plan in place, okay? So setting realistic goals and expectations is very, very important. Also, developing a risk management checklist. So that also goes in the same fact as what is my emotional state when I'm trading, okay? Am I checking certain criteria in the morning before I trade, especially for stock market traders? I know they do this a lot in the morning. They'll check the pre-market trading, they'll check the news, etc., before they develop a trade. Now, that's the same thing I do, okay? For crypto, I wake up, first thing I do is open CoinGecko, I check the market, what's going on. Then that gives me an idea. If it's red, okay, what news item came out that caused a lot of people to get scared? I'll look at that, right? I'll look at the indicators. Okay, is anything oversold? Are they at major support levels? I'll look at what other people are saying. I'll look at the sentiment, right? It's this whole plan when I wake up, and it's this checklist that I have of managing my risk. And so if you fail to do that, then guys, you're going to fail. So make sure you have that proper plan in place. Also, developing a trading plan. We're going to go more into this now, okay? So on the right side here, there's a lot of different criteria that you need to consider when developing a proper trading plan. After this slide, I'll go and answer some questions, then we'll go over the next slide. So first is the time frame. So what time frame do you guys want to trade on? You want to trade on the 15-minute to the 1 hour, so like scalping? You want to trade on the 4 hour to the daily, so like swing trading? This is what I do. I swing trade. Or do you want to position trade 1 day to the 1 week? This is long-term investing, okay? So this is like your 3 to 6 month plus of holding. So depending which avenue you want to take, that's going to determine what strategy and what risk you should be taking as well. And so for myself, I said I like to swing trade because I trade on the daily, and usually my time frame is within a couple days to a week or two. Okay, I'm not looking to hold something for months and months on end. Unless it's a high conviction play, then I'll hold it for a long time. But besides that, I'm usually in and out within a week or so. Now, with that said, once you developed or you've considered what time frame you want to trade on and what your strategy is, now 2 goes to risk management. So risk management is very important because this determines what % of capital you want to trade. And let me get some water real quick, guys. Hold on. Okay. So risk management, deciding what % of your capital you want to risk per trade. So I know we post a lot of leverage trades, right? And you want to full port your whole account. You want to put in 100% of your account to our leverage trades because Kincaid and I have been nailing them pretty good, knock on wood. But never do that, guys. Never risk 100% of your portfolio into one trade. So what you want to do instead is risk, again, 1 to 3% is very good. I would say no more than 10% of your trading portfolio should be in one trade. 5% is probably the safest bet, but depending who you're following on trading, 10% you can probably get away with. So if you have a $1,000 portfolio, risking $100 per trade should be relatively safe. But again, guys, like, just know that there's always risk involved. And so 5 to 10%, I would say would be the sweet spot as far as risking, depending who you're following with trading. Now, conditions. Number 3, ranging versus trending. So ranging is similar to the bounce strategy. So if you guys haven't seen my technical analysis basics video on the Jim Hunters YouTube channel, please go look at that and you'll see. Now, also, yes, Uzerman says, like the stream or you won't become profitable. Guys, please like the stream. It definitely helps. We have 112 people watching. I appreciate all of you guys spending your time to watch. Please like the stream if you can. Help spread this to the masses. Now, as far as ranging, okay, we talked about the bounce strategy. So the bounce strategy is longing at support and shorting at resistance. You're literally trading within a range. Now, as far as this strategy, it's good in a choppy market, but in a bull market, it can get you wrecked. Why do I say that? Well, we've had coins going up like crazy over the past few weeks. And in my opinion, we have started the second half of the bull run. Anyone who knows a bull run knows if you try to short during a bull run, you're going to get wrecked. Like, the pullbacks are shallow and the pumps are extended. So the ranging strategy would not work in a bull market. Okay, it may work for once or twice, but eventually you're going to get stopped out. You're going to get wrecked. So I would say, depending on what the market is, if we're in a bull market, ranging will not work. Trending is what you want to trade, okay? So we're in a trending market right now. You know, as they say, the trend is your friend. And so what I would do is, instead of trying to short the market, I would just long on dips. Remember, guys, in all my market updates, I'm posting long on the pullbacks, not trying to time them, because usually these pullbacks, I should say this, the pullbacks are more shallow than people expect, and the pumps are longer than people expect. Looks like I may be frozen for a sec. Okay, I think the stream is back now. Okay, so, yes. And just confirm, guys, that you guys can still hear me, that the stream hasn't frozen. I'll give it a second. But the trending is what you want to trade, is you want to make sure that you are buying on these dips, okay, versus trying to short them. So just double check you guys can still hear me. I see Claudio says audio cut. We'll just double check that we're still good for a second before I continue. Okay, it's good now. Sweet. Okay, thanks, guys. Awesome. Yeah, so like I was saying, ranging is for choppy markets. Trending is for the bull market like we're in now. You want to buy on pullbacks. Now, markets. Okay, number 4. So markets, you have 4 different things here. So options. So options, for example, like Deribit, right? You can trade cryptocurrency on Deribit. Now, for Deribit, what you want to do here is, I would not trade options with crypto, honestly, because there's so many different factors in play. Leverage is the riskiest I would go, so don't even worry about options. I would not trade those. Equity, think of that as same as holding spot, okay? I would hold spot, and I'll actually tell you guys right now, while it's for everyone listening here, the allocation you should have to spot of your total portfolio is 30% spot, 30% high conviction alts, 20% leverage, 10% meme coins, and 10% stables. So let me type that out. Portfolio allocation. So 30% spot, 30% high conviction alts. I'm typing this in the chat right now. 20% leverage, 10% memes. Okay. And then 10% stables. There you go, guys. So that's what I would say for portfolio allocation. So yeah, guys, please refresh if close and reopen if you have any issues. Yeah, please like the video. It helps a lot. So that's my portfolio allocation. 30% spot, long-term holdings, 30% high conviction alts, 20% leverage, 10% meme coins, and 10% stables out of your total portfolio. If you have $10,000, just break it up like that. Now, as far as futures trading, this is similar to leverage, okay? So this is what I would trade majority. For leverage, 20% of my portfolio. And then Forex, this is more stock specific. I would not get into Forex, guys. It's very, very difficult. Much more volatile than crypto. Only if you have the discretionary income could you get into Forex, but I would just be careful with that. Now, entries, okay? Number 5. So entries, you have pullback, breakout, or crossover. So pullback could be buying on dips. What we always advise in a bull market, which this 100% I would do, is buying on a pullback. Highly recommend this in a bull market. That's how you're going to make the most money. Now, you could also be a breakout trader. So remember when I posted the market update and I said, you know, Ethereum is breaking out to the upside. It crossed above its weekly 50 EMA, and now it's sending. Okay? So for breakout traders, this is something, and I want to caveat this, okay? Breakout is when you close above a major trend line resistance or a major horizontal resistance or a major moving average. Now, breakout works the best when it's been resistance for a long period of time. So for example, like the 50-week EMA for Ethereum, that was resistance for 8 months. It's been below that for 8 months. And then finally we closed above it on the weekly and Ethereum sent. Okay? So that is the biggest thing, guys, is you want to make sure that you guys are betting on breakouts only on trend lines that have been resistance for a long period of time. For example, if there's a trend line that's only been rejected once and it's only been a trend line resistance for a couple days, guys, that's not even worth your time to trade that breakout, okay? I would not look at that. What I would do is usually going to be a fake out. So market makers love for the chart to, you know, break above a major resistance and then immediately pull it back to the downside. So the way you can help alleviate this is actually look for a trend line that has been resistance for a long period of time, and then you can look to actually long that afterwards. Now, crossover strategy on number 5, that could be similar to a moving average crossing above. So for example, like a 50-day EMA crossing over a 200-day EMA. It's like the golden cross, as people say. That is very important because that shows a shift in the trend. What I will say with these 50, 200 EMA crossovers is they're not the best in terms of trading right away because they're lagging. So usually when you have this crossover happen, price is going to drop, and then afterwards it's going to bounce. So because they are lagging, usually a couple days after, it's when you can end up trading that. Okay, so that's what I would caveat it with. That is crossover strategies, they are lagging. Usually the move happens before the crossover because people are anticipating a crossover. Okay, number 6, stops. So you have percentage loss or away from market structure. Now, for percentage loss, this could be a default percentage, okay? So for example, you don't want to lose any more than 5%, so you're going to set your stop at 5%, just a flat percentage every time. Now, something I must caveat this is, guys, in my opinion, it's best to set a stop that is a percentage away from market structure, okay, versus setting a percentage loss. Because here's the thing, okay, for my trades, for my leverage trades in Gem Hunters, the reason I've been so accurate is because my stops are just enough away so that you guys don't get stopped out. And I base this off of the wicks of how low price has gone previously, like in the past week. So for example, if I'm looking at Ethereum, let's just say it's at 2,600. Well, I'll look in the past and I'll say, okay, the previous wick, it only went down to 25.30. So my stop is going to be below that. Or the 50-week moving average is at 25.30, so my stop is going to be below that, right? I'm looking at the market structure and I'm placing my stop loss away from that. So that's where, again, it's going to help you not get stopped out. And also, on top of that, whatever your stop loss is, that's going to determine everything else. That's going to determine your leverage and your size. So for example, let's just say your stop loss is 4% away. Well, 4% away, you may not trade 10x leverage at 4% away because that's a 40% loss, right? Price goes against you 4%, you're on 10x leverage, it's 40% loss. So instead, you may just go 5% or 5x leverage because on a 4% stop loss at 5x leverage, you'll lose 20% at most. Or you may even go 3x leverage, right? To be a 12% loss. So determining where your stop loss is going to determine what your leverage is. So literally you have to work it backwards. Wherever your stop is at, that'll determine your leverage, that'll determine your size. So just base it off of that. Now targets, number 7. So you have fixed or trailing stop. Now for myself, I like to do fixed, okay? I like my targets to be at a set amount and I base it off of resistance levels. So wherever major resistance is on the daily or weekly, that's where I'll put my take profit. And I'll usually put it below that because everyone is watching those major resistance levels. So when you incorporate game theory, then you actually place your stop loss just below it, like maybe 0.5% below it. So you can more or less be sure that you'll be executed. So that's why sometimes I'll have weird stop losses like on Bitcoin, like 121,900 versus 122,000 because human psychology says everyone's looking at those round numbers to take profit. No one's looking at the weird, 121,790. Like no one's looking at that to take profit, right? And so one, you're going to have that liquidity that you can take advantage of, and most likely it's going to get hit. So I like to do fixed because here's the thing, guys. If your targets are a trailing stop loss, if you have a trailing stop in place, then what's going to happen is, let's say you long Ethereum at $2,600. Well, let's say Ethereum goes to 2,800. Okay, so 2,800, and then it pulls back 2%. So say your trailing stop loss is 2%, okay? And Ethereum goes from 2,800 down to, what's $56 minus 2,800? That's going to be 27.44, right? So say it goes down to 27.44. Well, now you're already stopped out. Even though your entry was 2,600, since you had a 2% trailing stop loss, well, even if Ethereum pulls back a little, now you're stopped out. And then it goes up to 3,500 and now you're gone, right? You're out of luck because you had a trailing stop. So guys, I would set fixed targets versus trailing stop losses 100% of the time. Now, let's go ahead and look at the comments here. So let me go ahead and pop out the chat. And again, I'm on my laptop. That's why things are a little wonky. That's why maybe my voice was breaking out here and there, or it's a little laggy. So just so you guys have an idea of what's been going on. All right. And then we'll go to the next slide after this. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Claudio, 100 viewers already nice. Yeah, we're saying a lot of good viewers here, 109. So please like the stream if you like it, guys. It helps spread the channel to the masses. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Gus says, CryptoData, if you're not in a spot for ETH, when should we exit? Should we also hold some? What do you think it'll top? I think Ethereum will top around $4,000. I think we'll probably see some chop before then. So if you're in Ethereum right now, maybe look, take profits around $39.90, around there. But yeah, after 4,000, like 4,500 is next, and that's it. Like Ethereum is sending after that. Long-term target for Ethereum, 5,000 conservative, 8 to 10,000 aggressive. I think we're going to get there though. Let's see. Island Life says, is there any way I can watch previous lessons? Yeah, Island. So you can do this on the Gym Hunters YouTube channel. So I had to record it on my personal YouTube because I'm not logged into the Gym Hunters account on my laptop. So it was either no stream today or just streaming it off my YouTube channel. So I did mine. But yeah, go to Gym Hunters and you'll see on the live tab all of the live streams that we had previously. This stream is obviously being recorded. But yeah, in the future, like I'll be able to stream on the Gym Hunters channel. Let's see. Jeremy says, I just want to escape off the matrix. Exactly, Jeremy. Don't we all, right? So we will, but it's just, again, having a good trading plan in place, making sure you're risking your have proper risk management. Luca says, hey, CryptoData, appreciate your help. Your G, will we have leverage calls? Appreciate you, Luca. Yes, I will post leverage calls in Gym Hunters in the near future. Just making sure that, I'm waiting for this pullback that's about to happen. Then I'll probably make some calls off of there. OX says, what are the best times to trade? The best times to trade are when you're awake. So always tell people that. Never try to stay awake overnight to try to get those best times to trade. It's just whenever you're awake, guys. And then setting your limit orders before then and setting those ahead of time. That's the best time. Marco says, what's your opinion on a day trader that wants to trade crypto? You know, my biggest advice is just know that crypto is more volatile. And so if you want to trade crypto, one, start small. Get used to the volatility. I would say trade only the majors, which is like the blue chips. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Hype, those. Because those are going to be a little less volatile, a little bit more predictable. They're going to respect those daily, weekly support and resistance lines. So trade the majors. And then besides that, just back test your strategy in crypto. So whatever your strategy is right now, if you're a day trader with stocks, test that strategy in crypto before you actually go all in, right? So see how accurate it's been. If it translates 1-to-1 in crypto, then cool. Keep that strategy, but always have a strategy in place and develop a proper trading plan, which is what we're covering right now in the stream. Joseph says, hi, what do you think about Bitcoin? Is it good to long on 118K or is it better to wait? No, Joseph, I would wait. So at the very least, I would long at 116.5K and then 115.6K. Those are some good levels to long. Let's see. Eswar, hey, CryptoData, I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to ask you for an advice. Eswar says, I'm currently out of college and still looking for a job as of now. I do crypto stocks and signed a client for graphic design, and I run a YouTube channel too, and I got partially monetized. But all my family are like, try for government jobs and give up on your dreams and just focus on playing it safe. So Eswar, with your advice about, and this goes for anyone that's in school, anyone that has a part-time job, anyone that is going through college, or is just working a full-time job in some other field, right? There are always going to be people that are going to try to sway you away from your passion or sway you away from what you're doing. Now, your parents aren't wrong as far as playing it safe, okay? Because at the end of the day, parents are very big on keeping you safe, and they're very big on having, a low risk tolerance. And so trading, obviously, for people that are in it, trading crypto is very risky, okay? What I would say to your parents and to what you're doing currently is, what kind of money are you making right now? And are you on a slight progression? Meaning, are you making more money every week, every month, right? Do you see a curve to the upside? Do you see a positive curve? Because if you're making money and things are going good, then I don't see any reason for you to quit. Now, with that said, it's never bad to have a part-time job for discretionary income. Like, just being full-time trader, like, it's very, very risky. And I took 8 years before I became a full-time trader, okay? And so at the end of the day, it's good to have discretionary income with a part-time job, but if you have multiple sources of income, like it looks like you're doing right now, as long as you're on an upward trajectory and you're earning more money every month, I don't see an issue with that. What I see an issue with is if you're not successful, if you're constantly losing money, if you're always stressed, and you're not developing a proper plan and you're trading off emotions. Well, in that case, I understand why your parents would say, get an actual job, get a government job, get something that's safe, right? Because you're not successful in your current endeavors. But if you're having all these sources of passive income, if you're consistently increasing your income every month, if you're successful in it, then I don't see a reason why you can't keep scaling that up and create more sources of passive income, and you have a proper strategy. But again, if you're not successful right now, at the very least, I would get a part-time job to have some discretionary income to help supplement this current endeavor. But it all depends on what your success rate is. And so that's what I would say. Again, a government job is a good gig, right? You can earn a lot of money with a government job. Granted, if it's not what you want to do, then that's where you have to weigh your options. Are you successful in crypto? If not, maybe you have to get another job just to supplement your income until you can develop a consistent strategy. So just base it off of that. Luca says, I've seen new posts in Gem Hunters saying potential gem. Can you share the coin name? Thanks in advance. So Luke does not want anyone to share the name of the coin. Otherwise, he would have posted it. So I would just say, wait for that, right? Wait for that coin to come out, whatever coin he's talking about. I'm sure the coin is, again, it is a low cap coin, right? So that is something that you guys need to watch. But it has been doing very well. I will say that. So anyone who's not in that, you definitely should be, because it's, yeah, if you can find it out, I will say that. Uzerman says, like the stream or you want to become profitable. Let's see. Okay. Go through a couple more of the questions and then we'll go through the rest of the slides here. Let's see. All right, here we go. We have a couple other questions. Ooh, a lot of questions here. Okay. Michael says, how would you prioritize the following based on their importance? Liquidity versus RSI versus stock. Would you wait for them to align, or would you say there's one to prioritize? No, I wouldn't say there's one to prioritize, Michael. I would say if you could have RSI or stock oversold, and then also you're at major support on the daily or weekly, then that's good enough. Moodem says, I don't hear. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, guys, just close the stream and reopen it if you can't hear me or if I'm lagging at all, or refresh it. All right, John says, what would be your recommended leverage amount per different types of trading? So my leverage amount per different types of trading, I would say stay at 5x or less to be on the safe side. Unless you're following someone who's very accurate like myself or Kincaid, you can go 10x, but 5x would be on the safe side. Now, if you okay, here we go. So if you're talking about different types like scalping, day trading, or or day trade, swing trade, or position trade. So if you're day trading, i.e. scalping, then the leverage amount, you're not expecting a big move, so probably 10 to 20x leverage. That would be a safe assessment there. 10 to 20x leverage if you're day trading. Swing trading, 5 to 10x leverage, and then position trading, like long-term 3 to 6 months, that would be 3x leverage or less. Hey, no problem, Sabby. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Again, guys, please like the stream if you like it. Really, really helps spread to the masses. Shelby says, what about meme coins? So meme coins, those are good, right? I mean, I say those are good. Those are good for returns. And we've seen that with, I mean, even the recent coin that Luke called in Jim Hunter's Trenches that he's been talking about. It's went up a lot. So meme coins are good, but they're very risky. That's why I say only allocate 10% of your capital into meme coins. They're very, very risky, guys. You can lose a lot of money. So while, yes, they are profitable, just make sure you guys are monitoring those accordingly. Lucas says, CD stream is not visible on Jim Hunter's page. People are waiting there still. Yeah, so it's on here. So that's why I had to stream it on my channel, like I said before, because I'm on my laptop. I don't have access to the Jim Hunter's channel on my laptop right now. That's why I had to do it on my channel. Let's see. Eswar says, I have a doubt. Let's say fear and greed index is at 80 to 90, and some alts in my holding in my portfolio still red with a slight loss. Should I buy or just sell at a loss? So if your alts aren't showing strength right now, I would probably cut them. Okay. So that's what I would say is if they aren't showing a profit right now, then probably cut them, because you want to look for relative strength. And when the market's been pumping the past week or two and your alts are still bleeding, then yeah, I would definitely probably cut them and look for alts that are strong performers in relation to that. But again, just depends, right? Like over the next few weeks, we could still have a nice uptrend. So just if they're still consistently climbing, then eventually they'll probably be in profit. But at the same time, just see if they have any catalyst upcoming, or if there's any other big, update in the future that would cause them to rise. Otherwise, I may look at cutting and switching to something stronger. Shakir says, hey, CD, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to ask if I can become, can I become consistently profitable trader by mastering the TA, or do I need to learn advanced concepts like ICT to truly become a profitable trader? So I think you can become consistently profitable by mastering TA. Like if you go over to the Jim Hunter's YouTube channel and you go to the live tab, and the third video from the bottom I made called Technical Analysis Basics. There's also another one where I talk about trend lines, and another one where I talk about indicators. And so if you watch those videos, you'll be ahead of 90% of traders, honestly, because knowing TA, like support and resistance, trend lines, indicators, that's going to take emotions out of the trade. And that's going to help you become more profitable, okay? And that's very, very important for anyone that's looking to become profitable in trading, is you got to be able to take emotions out of it and strictly look at the data. That's what I do, okay? So besides TA, obviously I look at the fear and greed index, the ETF flows, liquidation data, liquidation heat map, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, a basic TA strategy is going to make you profitable as long as you're consistent and you back test your strategy. So that's what I would say for that. Okay, let's see. Victor says, finally found the right stream. Yeah, sorry about that, Victor. Again, it's a little unexpected, this recent switch up that we had. John says, happy weekend. Quick question. Do you recommend closing full position once TPs set have been tagged and find a re-entry, or hodl, or just add on position? So once the TPs have been tagged, I mean, usually I close the full position. I know Kincaid likes to keep some positions open to ride it a little longer, like 10% of the position open. So you could do that as well, right? Like you could have TP 1, 2, 3 set, and then on the last TP, don't exit all of it. Just exit 90% of your position and then keep 10% open. And then at that point, you know, just ride like a moon bag, as they say, like if you're holding a meme coin. So yeah, up to you. But I close everything fully at take profit 3 because I am expecting some type of pullback, because take profit 3 is usually high resistance, major resistance, I should say. Spiracco says 1000% G. For those things, CryptoData says for free I have to pay a K. Spiracos, I mean, I'm trying to give you guys the best data I can for free here, right? And so, again, I appreciate all the love, guys. Appreciate all the likes. Appreciate all the comments. Even here, even on my X account. Like, thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't followed me on X at the CryptoData, definitely do so. I try to post a lot of good content as much as I can. See, Maya says, all good. Sabby says, hello, I'm new here. I'm a little bit lost because I'm really interested. From where should I start? Sabby, great question. So you should start by... 1, watching the technical analysis basics video that we have in Jim Hunters. So if you go to the Jim Hunters YouTube channel, then go to the 3rd video from the bottom, technical analysis basics. Just watch that. Learn the basics. And then from there, watch these streams. Follow our accounts on X. So follow the Jim Hunters account on X. Follow my account at the CryptoData. Follow Luke's account at Luke Belmar. And then... there's also a couple other people, which I can go over later on, about big accounts to follow. But yeah, at the very least, follow S3. You should be good to go with that. I'll actually link my X account as well for those who don't know it. There you go. If you guys aren't following me on X, I post a lot of good content as well. So make sure you guys are doing that. I try to post the best free content I can for you guys. Luke says, have you heard anything about Trump releasing another meme coin? I have not. I know World Liberty Fi, they're going to launch that. They're actually going to enable trading on that. And I know the Tate brothers, Andrew and Tristan Tate, are actually very big on World Liberty Fi. So just a little alpha for you guys. Take that with what you will. We'll see what happens, right? But yeah, those guys are big into that coin. But like as far as a Baron token, I'm eventually expecting a Baron token, but it may be some time because there's so much drama with Trump and Melania. So we'll see. Tavo, thanks for everything you've been doing. Hey, no problem, Tavo. Glad you guys are enjoying this content and enjoying all the content I'm giving. Muadam says, brother, I'm new here. How can I take trades with you? So make sure you're following the Jim Hunters free group, right? We post all the trades in there, leverage trades in there. And then also, if you want to join the Jim Hunters premium group, in the description, follow that, sign up, complete the application process. It's 1 Ethereum for a yearly subscription. Remember, guys, we were telling you to join when Ethereum was at $1,700. Now it's more than double that. Ethereum's only going higher, right? So you want to take advantage of the price while you still can. Luca says, Mama Mia, gotcha. Blessed Sunday. Yes, blessed Sunday indeed. Coolly, what can we expect in the market this coming week? So I'm expecting a pullback this coming week, and then after that, continued higher, right? So I'm expecting a pullback. Probably Monday, Tuesday is going to be, because open interest, it's very high. There's a lot of leverage longs right now. Market makers want to see the flush, and so I'm expecting some type of flush and then continuing higher from there. Luke says, Degecoin and Moon Doge might be it. Yes, Degecoin and Moon Doge are doing amazing. So those are some very good coins. I don't think they're it, though. I don't think they're it, because I think Moon Doge was actually higher market cap than when Luke posted that screenshot. So no, those definitely aren't it. I will say that. Definitely aren't it. So look for different coins. You'll see which ones they are soon. Bigos says, your streams are the best. I appreciate you, Bigos. Try to give you guys the best content I can. Mahathir says, have you ever all-in-one on a certain coin and got wiped out? It seems like you're speaking from experience when you're giving risk management advice. Did you learn the hard way? Mahathir, I did learn the hard way, yes. I've gotten my account blown up more times than I care to admit. And that was when I started in 2017, 2018. I was very risk on, you could say. In every trade, I would bet 100% of my account and I would lose it all. And it sounds very careless, and it was. Or I would bet, 70, 80% of my account. I bet a large portion of it. And I would bet on high leverage too. I'm talking 25x leverage. Like I was very degenerate when I started. And it took a couple times of blowing up my account to say, wait, let's take a step back. Let's see what the issue is here. And the issue was I didn't have a plan. I was trading emotionally. I was over leveraging myself. I was being very risk on. And it was just, again, it was very, very careless on my part. And if I can get anything, if I can relay anything to you guys and stress anything in this risk management stream, it's you need to have proper portfolio risk management. You need to only trade a small percentage, like 10% or less of your portfolio for each trade, because that's going to help you in holding those trades for a long period of time. Because what the biggest thing for people whenever they close trades out early is because they're trading with too much size and they're overexposed. So they're constantly checking their position. They're stressing about any movement. Guys, if you're trading 10% or less of your portfolio and you have a stop loss in place and you have take profits in place, you're stress-free, right? Yeah, the market can go against you, but you're stress-free. Like if it hits your stop loss, it hits your stop loss. But at the end of the day, having that plan in place is what's going to help you be here for the long game, right? You're not going to just be here for a few days. Like you're going to be here for months, for years. And that's how traders make money, because they're playing the long game. They're not trying to make a lot of profits right away. And so if you can have a trading plan in place and you're only risking a small percentage, that's going to help you stay in the game longer. And that's going to help you not constantly check your trades and be able to let them play out and then be able to, attain the fruits of your labor, so to speak. So that's what I would say for that. And yes, it definitely was through experience that I learned all of this risk management advice. And we'll go over more in the next slide. So with that said, actually, let's go to the next slide, guys, and then we'll go ahead and answer the remaining questions after that. So, journaling and reflecting. This is very important. Now, here's the thing, guys. So, journaling and reflecting. So, most people, they'll make a trade, and let's say they lose. They won't reflect on why they lose. They'll just go to the next trade. Or even worse, they'll try to revenge trade. So, having a journal and reflecting on why you lost the trade is just as important on the trading strategy itself. Because here's the thing. Let's say, for example, you got into a trade on, let's just use a current. So let's say you got into a high leverage trade on Ethereum. Let's say at 37.50, and then it pulled back and you got liquidated, or you lost a lot of money, hit your stop loss, etc. Well, now when you journal your trade, you need to decide, okay, why did I lose money? Why was that trade a loss? And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be due to emotional reasons. And so you entered the trade based off of FOMO, you bought the top, you over leveraged yourself, and then the trade went against you. So here's what you have to do. 1, look at your emotional state at the time. Why were you trading based off of FOMO? Did you get enough sleep, right? Everyone here should be getting 7 to 8 hours plus of sleep per night. How was your diet? Were you eating junk food? Were you drinking enough water? Were you exercising? Were you meditating, praying? Were you waking up at the right time, right? Like, is your circadian rhythm in check? So that's one part, the lifestyle part. That should already be in check. Like, if you're not getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you're not eating right, exercising, all that, guys, you shouldn't even be trading. Like, honestly, like, you shouldn't even be trading, because at the end of the day, if you're getting 4 hours of sleep, you're not going to be in the right mindset. You're going to be on edge. You're going to be trading based off emotion. And worse, if you lose a trade while you're on only 4 hours of sleep, chances are you're going to try to revenge trade after that, because you don't have proper risk management. You don't have proper judgment because you're on lack of sleep, okay? So getting your emotional state right is first and foremost. Second, why did you lose that trade? What was the mistake that was made? Did you follow your trading plan? If, let's say, oh, I deviated from my trading plan just a little bit. Well, that's a mistake in itself. Obviously, there's caveats, etc. But at the end of the day, if you have a trading plan in place, guys, don't deviate from that, right? You put that trading plan in place for a reason. You backtested that strategy and you developed it for a reason, okay? And so the minute you stray away from that and you lose, well, that could be a mistake in itself. Okay, what's another trading mistake? Well, maybe you didn't have a stop loss. Why didn't you have a stop loss, right? Because you were entering at the top. You FOMO'd in. Therefore, you knew your stop would get hit because it'd most likely pull back. So you already knew the answer before you even entered the trade. So not having a stop loss is a mistake in itself. Now, there's caveats. Obviously, you could risk only a very, very small amount, not have a stop loss, and just risk it there. That's a little bit, that's more of a, risk on strategy, and that's more careless in my opinion, not having a stop loss. But again, if you aren't going to have a stop loss, then just trade with a small amount. So again, tracking your trades and learning from mistakes is very, very important. That will help you determine, why did I lose this trade, or even why did I win this trade? Okay, everything went well, right? I was in a great mood. But here's the thing as well, going back to the emotional state, because I think this is understated, and I think there needs to be an emphasis on health in crypto more so than there has been. So for your emotional state, let's say you're in an argument with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband. Let's just say you got in a car wreck, right? So you owe a lot of money there. Or let's say you had a flat tire, or you're having an argument with your family, or what else is there? I don't know. There's a leak in the roof, or who knows, right? Something like that. Something is affecting your mindset. Well, that's also not healthy to be in while you're trading, okay? If you're in a fight with someone, or with your family, or there's a disagreement, or something happened to your car or your house or whatever, like maybe you shouldn't be trading. Maybe you should get that situated first, and then you're in the right mindset afterwards, okay? So alleviate those issues first in your life before you take that into trading. That's another thing. And then also, last but not least, on this emotional journey we're talking about here for trading, is making sure that, one, your diet is in place, like we already talked about, but two, just making sure that you are, properly practicing your routine, and you do have a good routine in place, and also your space is decluttered. So here's the thing as well. I know a lot of people watching this stream right now, they're between 16 to 21 years old. That's probably the median age here. Some obviously are older, younger, but cleaning your room is very important. Having an organized office is very important, because if your environment is disorganized, is cluttered, your mind is going to be cluttered. Like, I can't stress that enough, guys. Having a clean environment is just as important as having a clean mind, because the two are synonymous with each other. And so if your room's all messy, you got papers everywhere, you got stuff on the wall, you got food everywhere, drinks everywhere, guys, your trading is going to be reflected in that. Your mindset is going to be reflected in that. So make sure that your environment is clean, your food's put away, drinks are put away, everything is organized, your bed's made, all of that stuff, because how you do one thing is how you do everything, okay? So don't take any shortcuts, develop good habits, and it's going to pay dividends down the line. Now, second bullet, the importance of continuous improvement. So importance of continuous improvement is very important, because I believe it was Socrates that said this. And for example, and just mind you, Socrates was Alexander the Great's mentor for 14 years. He was his tutor for 14 years. Socrates once says, "The wise man knows that he knows nothing." What does that mean? It means that the minute you think you know everything, and the minute you think you can make no wrong, is the minute everything gets taken away from you. So I never believe that I know everything. I still don't believe I'm a great trader. I believe I'm a good trader. I don't believe I'm a great trader, because I know there's still a lot I need to learn. I know there's still a lot I need to improve on. And so the market is always adapting, so why wouldn't you adapt as well? Why wouldn't you look for ways you can improve your strategy? Why wouldn't you look for ways you can improve your trading, make more profit, make smaller losses? Like, why wouldn't you practice that more? Because each cycle is different, therefore each strategy won't work the same way it worked last time, because people are different, people change. So make sure you're improving consistently and adapting to the changing environment. Nothing is happening the exact same way it happens last cycle, right? Things change. And so if you look for ways you can improve your strategy, if you look for ways you can improve your trading, learning from your mistakes, making a journal, right? Having a proper strategy in place, managing your risk properly with stop losses, take profits, etc., studying technical analysis, studying different indicators to use, moving averages, different strategies, bounce strategy, ranging versus trending, all of this stuff, guys. Like, it all comes into play. How can you use that to improve your strategy more? So that's my biggest thing, is always improving and looking for ways I can improve. And not only with myself, right? I look to others as well. So I'm looking to Luke. I'm seeing what Luke is doing. Okay, how is he improving in his life? I'm looking at other successful traders online. How are they improving? What's their strategy? What's their lifestyle? How can I improve my diet, my workouts, my meditation, my prayers? How can I become stronger religiously, right? Like, guys, there's so many different ways you can improve in life that'll translate into trading. Like, everyone needs to be doing this. And I know this kind of went into more of a lifestyle stream versus trading, but again, like I said, they're synonymous, guys. If you have a healthy lifestyle, you're going to have a good trading environment as well. And that's going to help to become more successful. So at the very least, again, make sure you're improving not only in your trading strategies, but also in life. And then finally, summarizing everything. So this whole risk management course that we've been going over for the past 6 to 7 weeks, just to recap on it. 1, we went over introduction and risk management in crypto. 2, setting a strong foundation. 3, practicing practical tools and techniques. 4, advanced risk management strategies. 5, security risk management. And then 6, today we went over creating and following a trading plan. Now, one of the most important here I want to reemphasize is security risk management. So, for example, guys, make sure you're diversifying your crypto accordingly. So make sure that you are, you have your cryptocurrency on centralized exchanges, you have them on hot wallets, and you have them on cold storage wallets like Ledger or Trezor. I recommend Trezor. I don't recommend Ledger because they had hacks in the past. Trezor or Keystone. Those are 2 great cold storage wallets. But practicing proper security risk management, especially with scammers. Like, I know people even here in the chat was saying, oh, a fake CryptoData was DMing me saying, trying to get me to pay for some paid group. Guys, I will never DM you. CryptoData will never DM you. If you see someone impersonating myself, impersonating a gym hunter, impersonating Luke, guys, ban them, block them, report them immediately. We will never DM you, period, full stop. That's the first thing. Second, anyone that is trying to, email you or send you a text message or call you claiming to be from Coinbase, MetaMask, Amazon, etc., it's a scam, guys. Always go to the official website anytime you get some type of email or text message that you think could be legitimate. Like, never click links in these emails or text messages because they are scams 99.9% of the time, especially if they're from Coinbase or MetaMask. On top of that, never fall for airdrop scams. So anything on X that you see, oh, free airdrop, claim your crypto here, guys. Don't click on that link. It's going to drain your wallet. Go to the official X account. And I'll caveat it with this. Even if it is from the official X account, are comments disabled? Because hackers can take over X accounts. They do it all the time. If comments are disabled on an X account, chances are a hacker has taken over that X account, especially if it's an airdrop link, okay? Like, claim free crypto here, and the comments are disabled. Guys, it's a scam, 100% of the time. Like, okay, maybe Pump Fun, because I know they've been disabling their comments, the Pump Fun account. That's like a needle in a haystack. That's like the 0.0001% chance. Everyone else, they're scammers, okay? So practicing proper security risk management is what's going to keep you in the long game and keep your crypto safe. So just wanted to emphasize that. And then also setting a strong foundation. We already talked about that. Your lifestyle is just as important as what you do in trading. The 2 are synonymous. Make sure you have a healthy lifestyle, healthy diet, exercise, prayer, meditation, family relationships. Like, guys, having healthy relationships is so important with your family, with your spouse, with your friends. You never want to be in arguments. And if you are, you want to squash them immediately. Never go to sleep angry. Always squash it. And again, at the end of the day, if you can't come to an agreement with someone, fine. There's going to be people who don't agree with you. That's fine. Like, don't dwell on that. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people who post nasty comments. Guys, ignore them. Ignore them. Become mentally resilient. Become the hero of your own journey and become the person that you know you were meant to be. Because every one of us is meant for greatness, whether you realize it or not. It's just you want to put in the work to achieve it. So please, guys, like, having a healthy lifestyle is going to translate into trading 100% of the time. Now, let's go ahead and check these comments. And let me know if you guys like this lifestyle talk, because I may start doing some more like lifestyle streams and like diet, exercise, like all that stuff. I think a lot of people would benefit from it, especially in crypto. Crypto is very mentally straining. Like, it's very emotionally intense. One of the most emotionally intense fields. in my opinion. So having a healthy lifestyle definitely helps. All right, so here we go. A lot of questions, guys. Okay, Abhishek says, what works better in crypto? Is it scalping or swing? In my opinion, swing trading. Because crypto's so volatile, it's very risky if you're trying to scalp. Swing trading on the daily time frame is probably the best. Lumina says, how do we find meme coins that are about to pump? That's the $1 million question, right? It's going to be through using scanners. So like, you know, monitoring, like we use the Photon bot and Gem Hunters. So monitoring meme scope and monitoring new tokens that are releasing, monitoring smart wallets. You can use Nansen AI, tracking a lot of smart wallets, see what they're investing in. That precedes pumps. But guys, it's very, very hard with meme coins. Like you got to follow some reputable people who call memes, and then maybe piggybacking off of them. But yeah, it's very, very hard. Von Raj says, should I take profits on ETH on 3750 or wait for it to reach 4,000? I would take some profits along the way, Von Raj, 100%. Like, you're never wrong in taking profits. Maya, is it okay to place long or short when candles make a double top or double bottom at a 4-hour chart? No, yeah, it's not a bad way. I would say you're better off placing it on the daily chart, but the 4-hour could still be healthy. But just, do your indicators, are they in confluence as well? Because there needs to at least be some type of confluence there. Amir, are taking any trades right now? Right now, still in my Bitcoin long. I'm in a few other longs I haven't posted on Gem Hunters, like a pump long. I'm in an ENA long. But again, a lot of those are already playing out, so probably not the best to enter them right now. Claudio says, how do you diversify your diet in order to not get tired of bored eating the same thing every day? Claudio, glad you asked me this. Also, speaking of diet, guys, the ketogenic diet. Everyone should try this out for 6 weeks. Ketogenic diet is like a high-fat, low-carb diet. Right? Proteins like medium, but the carbs are low. I think carbs are around 20 or 30 grams of carbs per day. And the majority of your calories are from fat and protein to be in full ketosis. And ketosis like helps to detoxify your body, helps to clear up your mind, maintain mental focus. Like literally being on a keto diet will take your anxiety from 50 to 0. Like literally a ketogenic diet helps so much, guys, because eating high carbs, like the current American diet or just the current diet in general around the world, is very high carb. Like society and patterns have really conditioned people to eat a high carb diet. And that's definitely not the way to go. Like you're better off eating high fat, low carbs versus high carbs, low fat. Because it's as far as insulin and spiking your blood sugar and all that stuff, right? It's bad for diabetes, eating high sugar stuff. So get on a keto diet, the best way I would say. And going more to this, diversifying my diet, not to get too tired, ask ChatGPT, what are some good foods that match your diet? And then that way you can go to the grocery store, buy a variety, and it helps out. With that said, if you guys can afford organic foods, do it. 100% of the time, organic, grass-fed. So grass-fed, so that because a lot of meat is injected with hormones, grass-fed, organic is going to make sure the hormones are not there. Also, organic food, like fruits, because there's pesticides that are sprayed on fruits all the time. That is not good for you, right? Organic food doesn't get sprayed with pesticides. So that's another thing, another life hack there is eating organic grass-fed food. And then water, drink spring water in glass bottles or reverse osmosis. Do not drink water in plastic bottles because you'll get microplastics, and that's very unhealthy. And do not drink tap water. Even Brita water, like the Brita water filter, like the pitchers in Brita, is still not the best. Like it's better than tap water, yes, but reverse osmosis or spring water in glass bottles, full stop. Shakir, you consistently provide high accurate trading signals with a win rate of over 80%. I'm really curious, what's the strategy behind your trades? Appreciate that, Shakir. So for my strategy with my trades is I'll look at major, like if a coin is at major support levels on the daily or weekly time frame, that'll be my first entry. Second will be, is there confluence, right? Is the RSI or stock RSI oversold? Second. And then third, is it at a major moving average? Is it at a major, 200 EMA or 50 EMA on the weekly or the daily? If those three are in confluence, easy trade, right? Guys, like there are those three conditions, but there's also, okay, what's the fear and greed index at? What are the ETF flows at? What's the liquidation data at? Do we just have a lot of liquidations for longs? Okay, then I'm sure that there was a big drop, and now we're looking to long here, right? Was there over $1 billion of liquidations on longs or just in general? Okay, maybe we're in for a good long entry here. There's all kinds of different ways that I look at, all kinds of different metrics. Sentiment is a big one as well. Is there a lot of fear in the market? Okay, good. I'm looking for a long, right? Counter sentiment trading is one of the most successful strategies. So always look for that as well. Crystal, do you recommend buying DCA into a trade? Yeah, DCAing, as far as if all those conditions I was talking about previously are met, DCAing within a range is good. Replacing limit orders is very good. Big O says their big breakout happening right now on Sol. Yeah, so there's resistance on Sol at 185. We break that, we're going straight to 200. Amir, I'm seeing lots of whale activity today. Should we hop in? I always caution people against FOMOing in at the top. Granted, I still believe July is going to be extremely bullish. So any future drop that we have, dips are for buying. Crypto Collector, when I signed up for Trading Bot, it never let me choose the bot option, just leverage trades. Is that correct? Yeah, so the bot's going to be one way, right? Like the default settings should be fine. So just make sure that you have the default. And what the bot's going to do, it's going to trade a standard 7x leverage and manage the risk for you. So you just deposit, and then at that time, the bot's going to trade for you. Now, for people who don't know what I'm talking about, the Trading Bot, in the Gym Hunters free group and the premium, we've introduced a Trading Bot on BloFin where you can commit to, and you can follow, copy trade, to where you just put in money and the bot will trade for you. So look on the Gym Hunters free group in the Telegram, links in the description. Look in the premium group if you're in there, in the announcements, and you'll see that bot. You can sign up for on BloFin if spots are available, because spots have been restricted for a while. Like we've opened them a little bit over the past few days, but they are capped. Alex says, think we have one more massive pullback before we send? Yes, I do. Claudio, how to not let crypto control your life? I'm not sure if it's a bad thing, but I find myself thinking about the markets throughout my day more than any other stuff that should have my priority. Claudio, this is 100% what I have dealt with as well. And I'm sure majority of people here have dealt with. It's very hard because if you're trading crypto full time, especially, but if you're looking at the markets all the time, you're obviously going to think about it, right? It's going to be in your subconscious, etc. Therefore, it's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect going out with friends because you're just going to want to trade crypto. Here's what I would say is have a healthy balance. So have a time when you're focused on crypto. It could be maybe when you wake up for the first 4 hours, or maybe later in the day for the last 4 hours or 2-3 hours, what have you. But have a time where you're trading crypto, and then have a set time to where you're with your spouse, your friends, your family, right? Because you need to have times when you're locked in and monitoring the market. You can't just be on and off, on and off, on and off. But you need to be able to disconnect when the time calls for it. Like, it is very, very hard. I'm not even going to lie to you, especially if you're a big influencer in crypto. Like, you're always getting notifications, you're always getting messages, right? So the best thing I would say is just try to balance and try to set time for those people that you love, for your friends, for everyone, to be able to still hang out with them, to create a healthy balance. But at the end of the day, like, crypto is going to take up time whether you like it or not. It's just, are you able to balance that with other people in your life, with other things in your life, like exercising, like what's a non-negotiable? Sleeping, exercising, your diet. Those are non-negotiables. Like, you got to make sure those are on point. And then, of course, prayer and meditation. Okay? So making sure you have those staples on point. And then from there, okay, now where can I fit crypto? And then, okay, how much time do I want to spend with my spouse, with my friends, with my family? 2 to 3 hours a day? Okay, cool. I'll spend this time with them, right? But of course, there needs to be time where you're focused in. So just block your time out accordingly. And then obviously, if you have notifications on your phone, yes, but you just need to be okay with not catching every move, and just know in your head, there's going to be other moves. There's going to be other opportunities every single day, guys. Like, you can't catch everything. You're not going to catch everything, and that is okay, because there's always opportunities every day. So have that mindset. It'll make it easier to disconnect. Kellerman, what do you think? How can somebody learn crypto day trading in the fastest way? So first, go to the Gym Hunters channel, YouTube channel, and go to the live tab. Third video from the bottom is a video I made called Technical Analysis Basics. Learn that. Follow reputable accounts on X like myself at the CryptoData. I linked it in the chat. And then also follow reputable accounts, right? Follow the Gym Hunters account, follow Luke's account, follow another account called Into Cryptoverse. So Benjamin Cohen, very, very good account. Follow him. And so those reputable people, those will be the ones that you want to follow. And actually, let me go ahead and post Benjamin Cohen's account real quick, guys. So again, I don't want this stream to lag, but I got to get this guy's account linked in here because he is very, very good. So make sure you follow Into Cryptoverse. Very good account. Okay, let's see. I know we're over stream time, but I'll keep answering the rest of the questions real quick. That'll be a quick fire answer. Joseph, thank you. You think BTC goes down to 116K this week, or am I late for this bull run? And what's your prediction on how high BTC will go in the next 2 months? I think 116K is definitely possible this week. And then how high Bitcoin will go in the next 2 months? 130K. Steven, I need alerts sorted. I didn't know you're live. Yeah, Steven. So this is on my personal channel, CryptoData. So the Gym Hunters channel, I'm on my laptop. I didn't get to stream from it today because I'm not logged in. That's why I did a little non-standard. Amir, lots of well activity, bro. Should we get in? And maybe you could dabble in, but yeah, just be cautious about buying in right now. Gianluca, if I'm in Gym Hunters Premium, we get a lot of small cap signals. Doesn't we dump on each other? No, because the small cap signals are based off of whales trading as well. So the people trading on the small caps, they're following smart wallets. And so there's a lot of money flowing in, not just people from Gym Hunters. But it does help to get in as soon as that signal is posted because there usually is a big pump. Mirza, how many SR lines do you usually draw for a range? It just depends, right? It just depends. But, I mean, for a range, you can just have 2 SR lines, top and bottom, and it trades between there. So it doesn't necessarily have to be more than that. But as far as, yeah, I would just say 2. But probably 3 at the most. YouTube Travel Guide says, how can we watch previous lessons? Is this live going to be watchable tomorrow? Yes, this live is going to be on my personal channel at CryptoData. Now, the live streams for Gym Hunters, those are always on the Gym Hunters channel. So go there and click on the live tab, and you can watch all the previous live streams that we had on the Gym Hunters YouTube channel. Eswar, thanks for the advice, CD. I just like to talk to someone who resonates my vision or operate at the same mindset as me, like no risk, no story. That's what I keep saying to myself. Exactly, Eswar. You got to be able to take some risk in life, especially while you're young. Shakir, I've noticed that the crypto market often reacts more strongly to the fundamental factors than TA ones. Can you make an in-depth video breaking down how to do proper fundamental analysis in crypto? Yeah, I can do that later on down the line. Honestly, just follow Watch Your Guru. He's a good channel for the latest news and fundamental news. And then at Remarks. I believe Remarks is a good one too for the latest news. But yeah, I'm just looking at those main X news accounts and following that. As far as says, also CD, most coins are at overbought zone. So what do we do now? Like, do we wait out the next whole week or should we long on SR? So great question. So for SR lines, or for indicators, I should say, they can stay overbought for longer periods of time. So you don't have to wait until they're reset. Like you're saying, like we're in a bull market, right? And so this is the only time where I would caveat, even though an indicator is overbought, you could still look to buy it at a major support level. That'd be the only time. If we were chopping, I would say no way. I would say it's probably going to break support and it's going to go lower because the indicator is overbought. But in a bull market, indicators can stay overbought for long periods of time. And I say long periods, like a week to 2 weeks. So versus like in a choppy market, usually 1 to 2 days, they stay overbought and they go back down. So yeah. I would look to long at major support levels on the daily or weekly. But again, I wouldn't position everything there, maybe just DCA. Sabby, for those who never trade and they are new and want to evolve, talking from a female angle, from where should we start knowing that I have to work a job of 9-7 to get the capital? I got to read this question again. New wants to evolve. Okay, so Sabby, so from a female trader who is working a full-time job, or at least part-time, if you're new to trading, do the same thing I recommended earlier, is go to the Gym Hunters YouTube channel. So type in Gym Hunters, you'll see the logo, and then go to the live tab, and then the third video from the bottom called Technical Analysis Basics. Watch that. And that'll give you a good idea of how to draw support and resistance levels, which will help you determine when a coin is oversold or it's a good value to buy, right? Because I have that technical analysis basics video, but I also have a video that's on trading indicators on the Gym Hunters Live. Then I also have one where I go over trend lines. And so if you can buy a coin whenever it's oversold on an indicator and it's at major support on the daily or weekly, that's going to give you the best value. Okay. At the very least, making sure it's at a major support level on the daily or weekly. And then from there, you need to follow at good X account. So like my X account at the CryptoData on X. Just type in CryptoData on X. You'll see my little bull logo, 23,000 followers. Just follow me there. And I post a lot of free content for you guys. And I try to post the best content I can because I know there's enough to sift through anyway, right? So I try not to flood it with memes or anything. Like I just post legit, accurate content so you guys get the best value. But yeah, following good X accounts like that Into Cryptoverse and my account. I link both of those in the chat if you want to scroll up. But those are going to be some of the best, most valuable accounts, as well as the Gem Hunters account, etc. And being in the Gem Hunters free group and the premium group if you want to join it. It's 1 Ethereum per year in the description. But that's going to be the most important, right? And then from there, just slowly getting into it. But yeah, I wouldn't trade meme coins if you're new. I wouldn't even trade low caps. I would just focus on the high cap coins, the blue chips, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solanas, the hyper liquids, those coins that you know are most likely going to continue going higher versus like trying to be in and out because low cap coins and meme coins, they are very fast and they rug very quickly. Like they go to zero very quickly just because attention's always shifted from one coin to the next. So yeah, focus on the high coins. And let me know if you have any questions too. Feel free to DM me on X at the CryptoData Savvy. And let me know if you have any other questions as well. And I can answer any questions from there. Amir, so many whales are longing right now. Is it wise to long with them? You know, I would just be careful. I would be careful anytime we have multiple days in a row of up only because eventually there will be a pullback. Aha, it says, when do you expect the next pullback? Thanks. Probably the next few days, Monday or Tuesday. That makes some sense. Claudio, I have some money in alts right now. Would you recommend holding until end of Q4 or selling around August and buying more around September and selling around Q4? Great question, Claudio. I would at least take some profits. And then, yeah, I would probably take 50% of profits by mid-August. I'll definitely take 50% of profits by mid-August. Some by the end of July, I'll take some profits, like 10, 20%. Some by mid-August, another 10, 20%. And then by the end of August, probably another 20, 30%. And then maybe keep like 20% of your altcoin position throughout August, September, and maybe first half of October. And then use your stables that you got to buy for the rest. Troll says, price prediction for XRP, the remaining 2025, $5. Josh, what do you think about RAI redeploy? I haven't looked at RAI, so no opinion on that at the moment. But I do think if it's I don't know if it's an AI token, but I think AI is going to be big as well. Because I know Elon Musk was talking about he was focusing on safety for AI. Now the guardrails are off. So he's basically going to go all in on AI, which is going to be interesting to say the least. Mirza, what kind of trend following strategy do you use? Would be great if you could elaborate. So trend following, really, it's more so if coins have broken major resistance levels. So major trend lines or major resistance on the daily or weekly time frames. If they've done that and there's a lot of confluence with other indicators, other major shifts, as far as like the ETH BTC chart is outperforming, like there's all kinds of different measurements. So it'd take a long time to go into it, but that's the biggest thing I would say. It's just closing above major moving averages on the weekly time frame, like the 200 EMA or the 50 EMA, and then closing above major resistance levels as well. That's the biggest I should say. Also, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Really, really appreciate it. I try to give you guys the best content I can for free. And also like the video if you like it. I appreciate all of you guys. Cena says, can you please save this live? I thought you were going live on Gem Hunter's channel. Missed first half of live. Yeah, this live will be on my YouTube channel, on CryptoData's YouTube channel. So go ahead and watch it on there after the stream is concluded. And yeah, it'll be on there. Amir, Soul is pumping. You love to see it. Mahidi, do you think having a decent enough capital is crucial to become profitable faster than small amount to flip it? I do think so, yes. In saying that, with crypto, $500 should be more than enough to start. But yes, obviously having more capital is easier for you to accrue and compound it easier and into large sums. Amir says, whales move in. AB, is there a chance the Fed cuts rates in July? There's a small chance, yes. If the Fed cuts rates in July, guys, the pump we will see in the market will be unlike anything you've ever seen. Like, because at that point, quantitative tightening is going to end. Quantitative easing is going to start. The money printer is going to turn on. There's going to be so much money flowing into the market if interest rates are cut. So that's the biggest thing I say is keep an eye on that. Bugs Mom says, this may sound stupid for a lot of people. I'm new, so when planning TPs, let's say the first one is 60% after that, do I set at 25% of the whole position or whatever is left at the first TP? Oh, yeah, no problem. Hey, and no question is stupid, guys. No question is stupid. If anyone tells you that, block them immediately. They're not even worth your time. Yeah, for take profits, so say you have, let's just say 100% of your portfolio, or 100% of the trade, okay? 50% of that is going to be at take profit 1, 25% of that is going to be at take profit 2, and then 25% is going to be at take profit 3. That's the easiest I could say for divvying it out. Sir Tipsy says, Luke Belmar runs this channel. No. Myself, CryptoData, I run this channel. Luke Belmar runs the Gym Hunters channel, right? That's his channel, Gym Hunters. This is my channel individually. Sabby, thank you so much for answering me and sending me the link. Hey, no problem, Sabby. Hope it helped. And like I said, DM me on X if you want to, and I can help you with any other things you have, any other questions you have. Let's see. Psyker says, what time frame are you waiting for RSI to be oversold to enter on pullbacks? So now during the bull market, the daily RSI is not going to get oversold. So I'd look for at least the 4 hour. Nathaniel says, FOZOL, not sure what that means. Rocco, thoughts on AVAX? I'm bullish on AVAX. Good long would be near $23.30 and $20.30. I think AVAX is going to outperform. Not sure about that coin, Shelby. Not sure if the Tate brothers are running that or not. Myrna says, where to learn the crypto trade? Suggest me websites or follow on YouTube channels. Yeah, so the Gym Hunters YouTube channel and then those two X accounts I linked. My X account at the CryptoData and into Cryptoverse. Two great X accounts. John had a friend made a bot that predicts Bitcoin market. It's performing at a, let's see. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, there's a lot of questions here. Okay, yeah. Had a friend that predicts the BTC market. It's performing at a decent success rate. I do my TA still, though, but just asking if you'd be interested on checking it out. Yeah, I'd be interested, John. Go ahead and DM me on X. I'll check it out. Shakir, would it be advisable to allocate 20% of my portfolio to each trade based on the signals you'll be sharing in your upcoming premium channel? I would still do 10%, guys. You never want to over-risk it. You never want to over-risk it. Luke says, what do you think of Shiba Inu coin? The founder, Ryoshi, choosing to remain anonymous like Satoshi? No opinion on it. I mean, it's another coin. It's been doing well, right? It's a good ETH beta, in my opinion. Claudio, how to bet on strength and trend? There hasn't been a major pullback to support EMA level. Would left me sidelined and missed out. Yeah, a lot of people have been missed out on this recent pump. So at that point, look for the oversold indicators on the 4 hour, and you can bet there. Since the daily RSI, stock RSI is probably not going to be oversold. Cooley says, I feel like everyone who's just starting out is going to blow in a counter or two. There's nothing wrong with that. We've all been there. Exactly, right? You got to learn at some point. Absolutely. As long as you learn from it, then you'll be successful. Shelby, can you do mean reversion trading strategy and meme coins? I am new. Yeah, I went over that in indicators. Check my indicators video on the Gym Hunters YouTube channel, and you can see there. Mata here says, absolutely, brother. Trading with no plan is straight up gambling. Yes. See, Ishan says, what's your name, mentor? My name is John Luke. So John Luke is my real name. CryptoData is my alias. Shakir, I regularly listen to your voice notes and truly appreciate the insights you share. I'm curious, how do you conduct your research when it comes to fundamental analysis? Appreciate that, Shakir. Honestly, like I have a lot of tabs that I'm looking at. I go to CoinGlass, great for data accumulation. I look at Watcher Guru. He has a YouTube channel, Watcher Guru. It's a picture of a green whale or a whale that's on a green background. He's really good for looking at data. I look at Google. So I'll look at like crypto regulation news, crypto partnership news, crypto news, and I'll see what the latest news is. I'll look at ETF flows on Farside. So Farside is a good website for looking at ETF flows for Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'll look at liquidation data, heat map data on CoinGlass. I'll look at on-chain flows, on-chain TVL flows on DeFi Llama. What else will I use? Like there's a lot of, I'll look at the Coinbase app rank. I'll look at fear and greed index on CoinMarketCap. Like there's so many different indications I look at. And because again, guys, like you got to be able to look at everything. You got to take into account the whole picture. Some say that's analysis paralysis, but I'm not paralyzed by that data. I'm using it to my benefit, right? Some people will use that data and say, oh my gosh, there's so much data for me to look at. I can't, I'm frozen. I don't know what to do. But I've developed a strategy where I know what each data point is saying and where it needs to be at for me to want a long or short. So I just try to do that. And over time, again, it's repetition at the end of the day, guys. The more you do something, the better you'll get at it. Sala says, what a week. Yes, what a week it's been. John, I'm going to rewatch TA analysis and trend lines in case I miss anything and perhaps learn new things. Awesome. Mirza, which one of your lessons explains how to do a trend following strategy? It should be a video that has trend line in it. Look at the Gym Hunters live tab, and it should be a video that says trend lines or something about trend lines. It's probably like the 10th video from the bottom or something. Joseph says, I start with $10 and make $150 in 3 days. High risk, but I was confident in myself, and then I just block and don't know what to do. How to not lose and stay on focus because I work 9 hours a day. Make sure you have a proper trading strategy, Joseph. Like, don't trade while you're tired. That's the first thing. Don't trade while you're tired. Make sure you have a proper strategy. And then, hey, that money that you made, congratulations, by the way. That's a very big accomplishment. Take a lot of that money and, like, take it out and put it in your bank. Like out of that $150, go back down to $50, right? Take $100 out and just start from small, start small again and then build it up again and then take profits again, right? Realizing profits is important, guys. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. That goes with taxes. That goes with realizing profits in crypto. Unrealized profits means nothing if you don't cash it out in the bank. Remember that. Shakir, I'm very interested in your premium group. We'll be launching for full course in the future. Yeah. Later on I will. I'll provide more stuff as well. But again, like, if you haven't joined the Gem Hunters group, highly recommend that as well. The premium group in Gem Hunters, very good. 1 Ethereum for a yearly subscription, as well as even the free group, guys. Links in the description as well for the free Telegram group. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on mine as well. So stay tuned for that. You could be in Telegram as well, or be in my Telegram group. Ismail says, I'm trying to build a scalping swing trading based solely on market structure, backtesting going well. Do you think it's too simplistic or add some confluence? So that's not bad, Ismail. As far as market structure and backtesting, I mean, I don't think it's too simplistic. So if it's working for you, then go for it, right? Like, every strategy is different. There's the acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid. A lot of times these indicators and these different strategies, they use only a few indicators. They're not using 20 indicators. So again, that goes back in that whole analysis paralysis. And as long as it works for you, then you're fine. Mirza says, are you currently doing trades on a SEX? Is there a chance that some of the tokens will be suspended once they pump too hard? Which platform is ideal to use? I do trade on SEXs. I trade on BloFin, actually. BloFin is the best non-KYC trading exchange. Links in the description. Join that. But yeah, BloFin is one of the best non-KYC leverage trading exchanges. I use it. I'm also trading on Gate.io, MEXC, and yeah. But for a platform that's ideal to use, like the most reputable exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, Bybit, obviously BloFin, Kraken, Gemini, Crypto.com, Gate.io, KuCoin. Those are some of the top ones. Wyatt, can the scam emails from Coinbase still be portrayed to be sent from the Coinbase emails? I think I saw this one time, and it was a different type of spoofing I've never seen. It's very possible, though, yes. So, but it's unlikely. If it's a legit from like at Coinbase.com, then it's most likely legitimate. But at the same time, Wyatt, never click links in those emails. Always go to the official Coinbase website and log into your account and see for yourself. Always recommend that. For any email that anyone ever gets in the foreseeable future, never click links. Always go to the official website first. Azadeh, appreciate it. Mahathir says, lifestyle advice goes so hard. Need more of this content if you can, please. Hey, definitely. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. V says, yes. Ram Prodigy. Dia is pumping. What's your take on Dia, sir? No thoughts on it, actually. Crystal, yes, I like the lifestyle talk. Awesome. So glad you guys like the lifestyle talk. Let's see. Shakir, how many trades do you typically take in a month? Usually between 10 to 20. Sala, what's the longest you recommend being on keto for? You could be on keto for the rest of your life. So there's actually and I recommend everyone watch this. I mean, for the 98 people currently watching, first of all, thank you guys for watching. Second, thank you for staying this long if you've been here since the beginning. But for a good video, a good YouTube video actually, is one on keto. Let me actually stand by real quick, guys. Let me bring up the video. So let's see. Keto diet interview. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, here we go. I'm going to link you guys a video that keto, actually being on a keto diet, actually helps you with mental health. So there's this video that it's cured 43% of mental health diseases. It's actually helped to lower anxiety to near zero for people that have been on a keto diet. So guys, everyone should watch the YouTube channel, even if you're not having any mental health issues. Like, watch the benefits of being on a keto diet. One, it's good for your body. It's gonna help you look the best, the quickest. Help you burn fat, because it actually your body ends up using fat for energy, and our body is comprised of fat, right? So why wouldn't you want to use fat for energy and burn that? But there's so many benefits to using a keto diet and being in a keto diet. At the minimum, very minimum, test it out for 6 weeks. While people say yes, it's hard to be in a keto diet for a long time because, again, you're eating high-fat foods, which, obviously meats, steaks are good, right? Steaks. Chickens aren't really high-fat, but like steaks, other different meats, ground beef, 85-15, even turkey bacon, turkey sausage, all that stuff, right? Pasteurized butter, organic eggs, organic pasteurized eggs. Everyone should be getting that. all that stuff. Keto is really good, guys. I can personally attest. But yeah, you can be on it for your life, like your whole life. Like that woman, that PhD that's in that video I just linked, she's been on keto for over 10 years. So society teaches us that we got to be on a low-fat, high-carb diet. Guys, it's the complete opposite. Complete opposite. High-fat, low-carb is the way to go, not low-fat, high-carb. Let's see. John says, our carbonated water is fine to drink. Yeah, carbonation's fine. I know a lot of people like to drink carbonated drinks for digestion. So yeah, carbonated is fine, but as long as it's like in glass bottles and it's filtered water. Okay, like reverse osmosis, if you have a carbonation machine, or like spring water that's carbonated in a glass bottle, like Mountain Valley spring water is some of the best water I recommend. That's the water I drink. I literally have a Brio Moderna, I believe it's 730 water dispenser in my house. And I buy these 5-gallon glass containers of Mountain Valley spring water, and I literally just refill those. It's so easy, guys. And also I buy the Mountain Valley spring water glass bottles, 33 ounce. They're expensive, $3 per glass bottle. But again, guys, health is wealth. So it's going to benefit you 10 times over. Shakir says, I'm very excited about the premium group. Could you please share how many leverage trades and meme coin trades typically provide in a month? So I'll mention all the specifics later on. But yeah, I appreciate that. Ozade says, well, activity is insane right now. John says, do you have any indications in which pullbacks could happen and they'll pull back before the bear months, right? Or is it just for BTC? So right now, I mean, the biggest indication is just the euphoria we're seeing on the timeline and the open interest. So look at open interest and how many longs there are right now. People are so over-levered longs that there's got to be a flush in the near future. So just keep that in mind. Mahedi, I'm not looking at LTC, but well, actually, I was looking at LTC Litecoin a few days ago because there was, I think, a treasury, right? That was starting over $100 million worth of Litecoin they're going to invest. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why Litecoin has been doing so good. Let's see what else. Say, hi, John. I saw a video of you talking about Dolan a while ago. Are you still in? I'm not in Dolan. And there is another meme coin Luke has been talking about, so keep an eye on that. VRS says, what's the most powerful way to manifest? By writing it down or by living it with your eyes closed? Here's the thing, V. To manifest, one, meditate, but the visualization needs to be so strong that you end up crying. Like, that is literally where you can see it and you can basically feel it and touch it when you're manifesting and you're visualizing and you're meditating. Like, it needs to be so clear. Like, literally, you need to have so much specifics of when this is, you know, the time frame, the people around you, your environment, like everything. And then at that point, writing down what you're grateful for, writing down your goals, and then taking action every day, following that. And literally what you're doing is you're programming your subconscious mind to only think about that. Only think about your goals, your visions. And then you're going to take actions subconsciously and unsubconsciously, right? And consciously to actually bring those visions to reality. And then what happens is magical. Because when you achieve and when you're doing whatever you're passionate about and whatever you're manifesting, when it's coming to fruition, you don't want to go to sleep because reality is better than your dreams. Like, that's where you want to be at, is working on things you're passionate about and really just grinding towards it, because at that point it becomes enjoyable because you start to see the fruits of your labor and you start to see everything coming to fruition, and then it just motivates you even more. So meditate it, visualize it, write it down, create a gratitude journal, and then take action. Because again, nothing works unless you do. Ozade says, when do you think the big crash is going to be, though? Probably within the next few days. But the big crash, like where everything's going down, probably mid to end August. John, thank you so much, JL, for these streams. Really helps a lot. I appreciate you guys. I know I'm staying like an hour and a half in the stream so far, but loving the content, loving the question, guys. Thank you so much. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please like the video if you haven't, guys. Again, I appreciate every one of you. Love you guys so much. Hope you're having a great weekend, too. Shakir says, if you don't mind, can you share a trading checklist that you personally use before placing a trade? Shakir, that would take a while, but just keep it simple. It's at a major support level on the daily or weekly. One of the indicators are oversold, the RSI or stock RSI. It could even be oversold in the 4-hour. It's at a major moving average on the daily or weekly, the 200-day or the 200 EMA or the 50 EMA. And then, yeah, there's not too much euphoria in the markets. And that's basically it. I mean, that's like a simplistic form. Just indicators are lining up and it's at major support. Buy says, hello, do you think that the start DOM on Market Monday works well for price action? The smart DOM. Not sure what that is, actually. Gianluca, I have to leave. This is my first stream here. You're amazing. Thank you. Hey, Gianluca, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Claudio, do you deal with your own convictions contradicting someone else's conviction who is well respected by yourself and others? Let's see. Do you deal with your own convictions contradicting someone else's conviction who is well respected by yourself and others? Do you deal with your own convictions? No. So, I mean, I never like to contradicted, like, for other people, right? Other people are always going to have different opinions and different convictions. I never like to put other people down. Like, that's not something I like to do. Everyone has their own opinions. Everyone can be right. All right? I'm not always right. And I'd be arrogant to think I was, or ignorant. So, no, I'm always looking at other people's convictions, and I'm always taking that into account because I could be wrong. So the more data I can take in, the more I could develop my own thesis and plan, trading plan, if I want to continue with it or not. Shelby said, what's best method to trade meme coins, breakout or meaner version? Probably meaner version, 100%. Solid. Yeah, I'm glad I followed fundamentals and not just technicals because so many were called for a pullback on Friday, but I knew that they wouldn't let weekly candle close. Ugly. Exactly. Rima, why you stop weekly BloFin challenge? I haven't stopped that. I think that's still going on for the gym hunters. Andrew, all this knowledge of trading can be applied to day trading stock. Exactly. Shakir, how do you stay updated with market sentiment news? Just consistently look at good X accounts every day. Which books, courses, or YouTube channels can help you the most? So my channel, CryptoData, the Gym Hunters channel, Virtual Bacon, he's a good YouTube channel. Benjamin Cohen, Into the Cryptoverse, is another good YouTube channel. I posted his X account as well. But those are all really, really good. And then books, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. That's another good one. And then also Psychology of Money, I think by Morgan Housel. And it may not be by him, but Psychology of Money is a good one. Picture of a brain on the front, white book. And then Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, another good one. I have not looked at the Doji meme, Don. Mirzo, would you say now is a good time to deploy some capital into virtuals and Fartcoin? They look like they're about to explode. Maybe. I mean, depending on how the indicators are lining up and if there are support levels. Kevin, what's your opinion on XMR long? Opened a few weeks ago. Any updates on that? So first take profit, in my opinion, for XMR long would be 360. Second take profit would be at 420. Lorenzo, when you give us buy targets for ETH, 3,500, 3050, how would you set stops if we're entering at, say, 3,500? We don't have a wick to determine a good stop. That's a great question. So that's when you go into the lower time frames and see where that support level was in the 4 hour or hour and then set it below there. Andrew, how much you risk per trade? 1 or 3% or more? Myself, 10%. Shakir, have you made more profits through leverage trading or by trading meme coins? Leverage trading. Well, actually, no. I take that back. Trading meme coins, I made more profit. But leverage trading has been more consistent. Lorenzo, like how would you determine that your entry is invalid and look for the next support? If it closes below that major support on the daily, it's invalidated. Azadeh, John, you're literally someone who people look up to. Thank you. I appreciate that, Azadeh. I try to post the best content I can, try to post that motivational lifestyle because at the end of the day, we're all living this fun thing called life, right? It's hard enough already. Yeah, I don't need to be negative. Like spreading positivity is what it's all about. Moreno, what about Degecoin? Degecoin has been insane. I'm not trading that, but I've seen that absolutely send. Azadeh, thank you. You're amazing, man. God bless you. Hey, God bless you too, Azadeh. Always appreciate the comments. Shakir, across all leverage signals you provided in both your paid and free groups, what's the highest drawdown that's occurred? Highest drawdown has been hitting a stop loss. And I think the stop loss at the time was like 35%, 35, 40%. It wasn't pretty. So that's the biggest loss. I mean, 40%. Sardor, hey Data, are you in your meme coins still? Zeus and Summit? Yes, I am in both of those. I'm still expecting a lot for Summit. They have a lot of marketing planned. Zeus, same thing. Steven, the meme coin Luke's been talking about, I didn't know I was holding. If you know, you know. Hey, nice, Steven. Good to see. Joseph, thank you for all the advice. I really enjoy to be with you here. I start with crypto because of you guys and hope we all escape the matrix. God bless you guys. Hey, God bless you as well, Joseph. Let's all escape the matrix together. Sardor, please be transparent about your meme shares. I will, yes. Still in Zeus, still in Summit. V-Ross says, great. Shakir, thank you so much for taking the time to respond to my question in detail. I genuinely appreciate your guidance and insights. Wishing you a great day ahead. Hey, appreciate it, Shakir. Wishing you a great day as well. Niraj says, ETH $4,000 tomorrow. It's very possible. Like, I was expecting ETH to be 4,000 within the next 3 weeks. It's quickly accelerating that. Vera says, you're a true gem. Thank you for your support. Hey, I appreciate you, Vera. Ram Prodigy, when will you start paid group? Probably next week. But again, guys, if you want to join the Gym Hunters paid group, that's in the description as well. Apply for that. That's 1 ETH for a yearly subscription. Also, the free group for Gym Hunters, Telegram link is in the description as well. Highly recommend both. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. So this was a long stream, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to provide the best content I could. Again, risk management is very, very important whenever you are trading crypto. And we have all of these streams. So the past 5 are on the Gem Hunters channel in the live tab. The 6th one is going to be on my personal channel, CryptoData, since I'm on my laptop right now. Same with the weekly market overview tomorrow. But again, thank you guys so much. I love you all. I hope you have a great Sunday. You can rewatch this. It'll be posted on my channel. So do that if you joined halfway through. Again, please subscribe if you haven't. Please like the video if you haven't. Follow me on X. Follow Into Cryptoverse, Benjamin Cohen. Great guy on X. Follow the Gem Hunters account on X. All the good stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the day. Talk soon.